Today we are going to speak about the modal perfects. Let's start with their form. A modal perfect is composed by a modal verb and the perfect infinitive. The perfect infinitive is have plus the past participle of the verb. But not all the modal verbs that we have studied can be modal perfects. Here you have the list of the modal perfects. Now let's talk about their use. What it must be clear to you is that they all refer to a past situation. When we studied must, we saw that it refers to positive deduction or obligation. But when it comes to a modal perfect, must refers to positive deduction. That is, certainty that something in the past was true. For example, he must have been sad when he heard the news. That means that we are certain that he was sad when he heard the news. On the contrary, to refer to a negative deduction, we use can't. So in this case, we are certain that something didn't happen. For example, he can't have been John you saw. He's abroad, so we are certain that it wasn't John because he's abroad. It was impossible. As a conclusion, when we are certain that something was true, we use must. But on the contrary, when we are certain that something didn't happen, we use can't. Let's move forward. We use may, might, or could to express a possibility in the past. That is, that it is possible that something happened or was true in the past. For example, Paul's very late. He may, might, could have missed his train. That means that it is possible that he missed his train. We also use could for an opportunity that we didn't take or a possible result that didn't happen. For example, we could have gone out somewhere, but we were too tired. That means that we had the opportunity to go out, but we didn't take it. We've seen that we can use may, might, or could more or less indistinctively in affirmative sentences, but that doesn't apply when it comes to the negative sentences. In this case, we use may or might to say that possibly something did not happen. On the contrary, we use couldn't to say that it is impossible that something happened. For example, Daniel may not have caught the bus. I expect he missed it. That means that perhaps Daniel didn't catch it. An example for couldn't is Daniel couldn't have caught the bus. It doesn't run on Sundays. That means that it is impossible for Daniel to have caught the bus because there are no buses on Sundays. So basically the difference is that may and might is for something possible, but couldn't is for something impossible. In this case, couldn't has the same meaning as can't, that we also use to say that it is impossible for something to have happened. Now it's time for should. We use should in affirmative sentences when we wish something had happened in the past but it didn't happen. For example, I should have studied harder for my exam. So, in this case, I regret not studying hard. We use shouldn't for negative sentences when we wish something had not happened in the past, but it did. For example, I shouldn't have borrowed your jacket without asking. That means that it was a bad idea to borrow your jacket. So, in the end, should or shouldn't are both for criticism, or regret. Finally, let's have a look at needn't. We use needn't to speak about unnecessary past actions. For example, we needn't have gone to the supermarket. We already had a pizza for tonight. What does it mean? It means that it wasn't necessary for us to go to the supermarket, but we did. We went to the supermarket. So, we could wonder what's the difference between using didn't need to or needn't have plus the past participle. We use didn't need to when something was not necessary, but we use needn't have plus the past participle for something we did which we know now was not necessary. For example, Mark didn't need to hurry. He had lots of time. He drove slowly along the motorway. That means that Mark didn't hurry. On the contrary, if we have Mark needn't have hurried after driving at top speed, he arrived half an hour early. That means that Mark did hurry, but that wasn't necessary. So that's all with the modal perfects.